Hey everybody, I wanted to talk about what all we use when we scrapbook our vacations, especially to Disney World, because that's where we go most of the time. I do have I have the big books that I use, the 12 by 12 scrapbooks that I use for our actual vacations that we go on. And then any weekend getaways that we do, usually I have a smaller 8.5 by 11 scrapbook that I use for the entire year that I keep our weekend getaways in. And I do have some pages right over here that I can pull up and show you guys a little bit here in a few minutes from our weekend getaway stuff. But we do our scrapbooks a little bit different than a lot of people. There's not really a wrong way or a right way to do your scrapbooks. It's all how you want to do them, and what you have fun with. I do keep a scrapbooking station here in our crafting room. If you see behind me over here, this is Jeff's station behind me. He does model kit making, and so he's got a whole get up over there. And then let me get the camcorder here, and I'll show you my get up here. I've got my envelopes for my money, and I keep my different scissors and stuff over here. I keep my pens and my Sharpie markers and my pencil sharpener over here. And I've got my Cricut machine off in the corner. And then up here I keep all of our scrapbook paper. And tape for the scrapbooking. Okay, so this is my station, and this is where I've got my computer just off here as well. My desk is a little messy, so I don't want to show it. But I have fun with the Cricut machine, and I mainly just do words with it, so days of the week and whatever trip we're going on. So we just went to the Golden Nugget a few weeks ago, and so I did this with the Cricut machine, and this is going to be the header page for that scrapbook entry. And then I do some scroll stuff and some little things to go in there. I don't really do a whole lot of the big die cut things that they have available in there. I've tried it a few times, and I'm not really all that good at it yet, but that's all right. I enjoy doing it, and it's just neat to play around with the items that they have in there. We keep everything that we get on our vacations. Receipts, the little pamphlet things that the room keys come in, we keep those. We keep the wrappers from the soap in the rooms. If there's a coaster that the cups come on, we keep those. Pretty much anything that you can get with the. We just went to. Like I said, we just went to the Golden Nugget, and I've still got to scrapbook the pages, but I went out to the pool, and they gave us these wristbands, so this will go in our scrapbook for the Golden Nugget. But it's a lot of it is to we're kind of getting a little older, and so there are things that we're forgetting about our vacations already and our weekend getaways, and so this is just an opportunity for us to put everything in and remember what all we've done or what all we saw. I do print every single picture that we take while we're on vacation, and include every single picture in our scrapbook. Our honeymoon to Disney World was 4 scrapbooks long. 12 by 12, and every single book was crammed full. And but we've enjoyed looking back through it. It doesn't have to just be one single book for every trip. We're definitely not professional scrapbookers, if you can call it that, but we just like to include everything that we keep, and just be able to remember back. Oh, remember 15 years ago when we went, this was, this dinner cost us $45. Well, now it's $120 for the same meal. Or I forgot what it was that we ate at this restaurant, but we really liked it. Well, we can look back at the receipts and see what we ate. But anyway, one thing that we do while we are on our trips and is the celebration buttons. And I have a video of that already about the celebration buttons, but we include the celebration buttons in our scrapbook, whether it's anniversary or wedding, trip, honeymoon, or birthdays. Our birthdays are fairly close to each other, and so there have been times where we've gone to Disney World for our birthdays, and so we got a birthday button. But we include that in our scrapbook. Instead of trying to put our buttons on our shirts, we usually put the buttons on our baseball caps, and just that way we don't have to worry about taking it off of one shirt and putting it on the other, because we're going to wear the same baseball hat when we're out on our trips, every day, pretty much. We include the envelopes for each day, our spending money envelopes. I've posted a video about our envelopes. So if you'd like to know about what that's about, just check the link at the end of the video, or I'll tag it here on the video at the end so that you can see what the envelopes are about. But it's to help with the finances. But I use envelopes in our scrapbooks as a day marker. So like here's Monday's pictures, and that's what the envelope is for. We usually purchase a memory maker or the Disney Photo Pass, and I get almost all of those professional photos printed to go in our scrapbooks. We also use those pictures for Christmas cards, and I keep one framed up at work. Well, actually, right now I've got 3 of those, 3 different vacations to Disney World framed up at work. But we definitely use the professional photos, and then also the stock photos that they have, especially on our Epcot days when we go around the world. If we really didn't take the time to take a picture in a specific pavilion, then I'll definitely print pictures of the stock photos of those pavilions to go into that section, just to kind of add a little substance to those pavilion pictures. We typically, with our spending money that we have in our envelopes, we typically buy at least one item each day while we're in the parks. And we make sure that we get one of the smaller Disney plastic bags to put the item in. And that helps me as I'm kind of organizing through all of the receipts and the pieces of paper and the pictures. I generally have put all of one day's items in a plastic bag. So all of Monday goes in one bag, all of Tuesday goes in another bag, all of Wednesday goes in another bag. And this also goes for the sheets of paper that I print from the Mouse for Less, the website, the Mouse for Less. And they've got a lot of really neat like transportation pages and daily itinerary pages, and the dining reservation pages, so that you can write down where you went to eat, what your reservation number was, what did you think about it, those restaurants, what the weather was like, all that kind of neat stuff with the different pages. Plus they've got maps of each of the parks that you can download and print if you like, and include in your scrapbook. So there's a lot of stuff from that website that you can use too for your scrapbooks. And I just download all that stuff, print it out, and then start filling it in for each day, and put those sheets of paper in the plastic bag along with all the receipts and all the buttons and the pictures and all that good stuff. I use Shutterfly, and most of the time I'll upload our pictures after editing them, because there will be a few that we don't want to keep, especially if I'm taking a picture with my phone and Jeff takes the same picture with his phone. We don't need duplicates. Or if we accidentally take a picture while we're moving the phone around, then we don't want to blurry something or the other. So I'll go through and edit the pictures and usually upload them through the website to Shutterfly's, to our iCloud in Shutterfly, and then I use the app on my phone to order the pictures, because right now on the Shutterfly app they offer free pictures. All you have to do is pay for the shipping and handling, but it's free to order. And so I put everything for one day in a bag, and so there's maybe 5 or 6 bags, but it's for 5 or 6 days. Once we get back and I'm starting to go through in the bags and I'm actually scrapbooking, the first day I put the envelope for that day to mark this is the beginning of Monday, or this is the beginning of Tuesday. And then also for the end of each day, I put the bag in there in the scrapbook, or a piece of the bag, so that you can see that it's indicating, well, this is the end of Monday. So the next page that you should see should be another envelope for another day. But it's a neat little thing to see how the bags have changed over the years as well. And it's not going to a landfill, it's actually being used for something different. I talked earlier about the Mouse for Less. If you have an opportunity, check it out. They not only have things that you can download for the scrapbooks, but they have other downloads as well. Letters that you can send to your children's school. If you want to pull your kids out of school to go on to Disney World, they have some letters that you can use, because it really is kind of a learning opportunity for the kids. It's not just for fun. You can learn things while you're at Disney World. So if the school will buy the letter, then you can use that. But they also have things like autograph books that you can make, and just neat little games and stuff that you can use while you're on your trip. Also, they have lists of where all the penny press machines are, and also little hidden Mickey type things, lists on the website, plus different menus for different restaurants, and it's got a lot of stuff that you can use on the Mouse for Less. Some of the things that I have downloaded, as I said earlier, are daily journal pages, dining and transportation information, daily vacation detail sheets, and various sheets about hidden gems in the parks, penny press locations throughout the parks, dining plan information, packing lists, sample letters to send to schools for your children, autograph books, and so on and so on. I know I just repeated myself, but that's okay. The point is to get the information out. Usually I go ahead and try to print out the pages before we go on vacation and try to do any kind of prep work on them before we go, because usually it's a multi-week process for me to get everything scrapbooked and in the book at the end. So I'll go ahead and use a Cricut machine and make up any kind of days or words. Or I did get a Mickey Mouse Disney World cartridge for the Cricut machine, so I can print out some smaller die cuts like Mickey Mouse head, Minnie Mouse head, stuff like that I can put with the scrapbooking pages as well. So that comes in handy. But like I said, there's no wrong way or right way to do a scrapbook. It's all about what you like and what you enjoy. And if scrapbooking is your thing, then just have fun with it. It doesn't, like I said, it may not look professional to some people, but it may mean the world to you, and that's what's the most important thing. So I hope this information was good and that you were able to get some good ideas from it, and get out there and have some fun making some scrapbooks. That's what's important. Thanks.